Good morning, folks. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. We're the only live online morning show in North Georgia. That's us. Let's tell folks how to find us. Now, we got a lot going on today. I have been working for an hour now, attempting to making sure that I try to get through 2 hours and not lose my cool. I'll explain. Are you tired of hearing the memo? Are you tired of hearing the memo? Did you get the memo? Did you get the memo? I'm so tired of hearing the memo. We'll talk about that a little later in the show, all right? But what really upsets me is when the media takes something the president, and it doesn't matter what president, out of context. That upsets me when they take it out of context and they do those little sound bites. And this morning, all you are hearing, no matter what you tune into, is the clip of President Donald Trump, okay? Donald J. Trump, I like to say that. President Donald J. Trump saying, shut it down. I would love to shut it down, all right? So they want to leave the government, they want to leave the citizens, they want to have the citizens believe, Americans believe, that the president wants a shutdown. They love that soundbite that they got yesterday in that room. Shut it down, Donald J. Trump said. I'd love to shut it down. Shut it down. You are hearing that over and over. And the reason being is the last shutdown, which I doubt there'll be a shutdown, there's going to be a CR. Oh, God, am I going to make it? I'm already, just damn it. Oh, excuse me. A CR. That's all you hear. Right? They're on a CR. That's a continuing spending resolution. They just continue to spend. An emergency CR. Oh, okay. So the House passed a CR last night. It's going to the Senate. We may avoid a shutdown. And once again, the media has manipulated the American people into cheering. We've been manipulated into cheering. So you get up this morning, all right, and you hear that the House passed a CR, a continuing spending, and we have avoided catastrophe. We've avoided the edge of the world because, damn it, it's flat, and we went to the edge, and we've avoided the edge of the world because the Republicans last night passed a CR, a continuing spending resolution. Oh, wow. I feel so good this morning. The markets will react. How will the markets react? Now the House, it's up to them today. And if they will pass a CR, we have avoided what the media has manipulated you into thinking is once again a catastrophe if the government shut down. But for once, we have a president of the United States. Shut it down. Oh, I love that, yes. Shut it down. I'd love it. Shut it down, Donald J. Trump. I'm going to get into that because the last shutdown, or Saturday, Sunday, the last government 3-day weekend, I swear to God, they were off Monday. They got Monday off. Federal workers, non-essential, I knew I was going to lose my damn temper, non-essential workers got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. And then when the government passed the CR, they got paid for Monday. What the hell, folks? What the hell? Am I the only one who figures this out? And I'm sorry to sound so arrogant. Anyhow, that's not the way I plan to start. The bottom line is, the last government shutdown, the Democrats took it on the chin. We'll say that's my nice word of the day. They took it on the chin, the last government shutdown. They got the blame. You and I know that. Schumer and Pelosi, they really got stuck with that shutdown. So they are loving, absolutely loving the fact, okay, that they're loving the fact that the president said shut it down, because now it can be the Trump shutdown. All right, we'll go with that in a minute. I'm going to tell you, we're going to go with that in a minute. I didn't intend to get started just like that. I know why. They're worked up. It's interesting. You see, the Democrats thought in the last government shutdown they had your sympathy, America, for the Dreamers, DACA. You had so much sympathy for them that you would overlook that they were fighting for illegals in this country, and you would side with them, and it didn't work. You realized a government shut down because Democrats were upholding illegals. All right, that's one thing. All right. Now, on a local note, there's a couple things we have happening on a local note. Number one, I'll talk about it later in the show, but there's going to be a Democrat on the ballot in Fannin County for post 2 commissioner. All right, Dixie Carter is going to be on the ballot, post 2 commissioner. All right, and I'm going to explain. All right, there's a picture of Dixie right there. I'm going to explain why that's important in Fannin County, and she made the announcement. She's on the ballot, post 2 commissioner. So a Democrat's on the ballot in Fannin County. That's one thing I want to talk about later today. Tomorrow, take Dixie down there if you don't mind. Tomorrow, I want to set it up because I actually want to do a good job on this report, this next report. Take Dixie down if you don't mind, Amanda. I want to do a good job on the next report. So tomorrow I'm letting you know. Thursday, I'm going to try to make it 8:30 or 8:45, okay? But I am going to do a report on the school bus that turned over in Gilmer County. Now, on FetchYourNews.com, we wrote several articles, okay? There's several articles. If you go to FetchYourNews.com and you click on Gilmer County and you click on news, you can go down through there. We wrote several articles concerning the bus turning over. I went out to where the bus wrecked, and I personally walked the tracks of where the bus left the road. I walked the tracks. I've interviewed the chairman of Gilmer County, Charlie Paris. I've interviewed a couple times the superintendent of schools, Dr. Shanna Wilkes. I have spoke to several administrators. I've spoke to several teachers. I spoke to bus drivers, okay, parents. Spoke to a student that was on the bus that turned over. And I'm going to do a full report on that story tomorrow. It's going to have a whole lot of maybe my opinion in it, but I wanted to take the time, put everything together. So just let you know, so you tell your friends tomorrow about 8:45, we are going to finally do that story that I promised you on the bus tipping over. And we'll just call it tipping over, wrecking. In Gilmer County. Now, government shutdown, the memo, all right, we got that. The FISA court, Donald Trump wants to have a military parade. Now, there's another thing I'm going to talk about this morning after we go through the government shutdown and DACA and immigration that we're going to talk about. But folks, I want to make this perfectly clear. We do not have a labor force shortage. We do not in America. I know what you're saying. You're saying we can't find anybody to work. I know what you're saying. The chicken plant could fill 100 jobs. 100 more people could be working in the county where I broadcast right now. I have talked to the people at the chicken plant. There could be 100 new jobs right now in this county. Boom, just like that. I mean, the President of the United States goes out and celebrates companies that are opening, that are bringing jobs to this country. 500 here, 300 here, awesome, okay? Governor Nathan Deal in Georgia, right? Georgia. Oh, this one gets under my skin. This one the number one place to do business in America, Georgia, right? Bragging about 400 jobs, 500 jobs. And we once again, are manipulated and led to believe how awesome this is, okay? That's all you hear. But what if I told you I have 100 jobs right here in Gilmer County that can't get filled? And it's not a lack of labor force. How many jobs do you have that you can't get filled? You can't get people to work these jobs, right? It's not because we don't have people. Folks, our labor force will not work, cannot work, does not know how to work, and too doped up to take a drug test to think about going to work. Exactly right. Why don't you tell the truth? An article I'm going to read a little later today. I read this 2 days ago. I read this article 2 days ago. Quit lying to yourself. Okay? I'm not picking on Ohio, but Ohio has 1,000 jobs. This is an article by Tim Pierce, okay, from the Daily Caller. 1,000 jobs, no, thousands of, got that wrong, apologize, back up. Thousands of jobs in Ohio are left unfilled because people can't pass a drug test. Folks, you need to understand, Donald J. Trump is trying to turn a ship in the ocean, one of the largest ships in the world, the American economy. America, we are still the largest ship in the world. The man is trying to turn the largest ship in the world that was on the brink of disaster. I mean, think of this. Put this in your brain. Picture it like a movie going into the storm. And you're on the edge and the storm's there. And you know that the disaster, it's only minutes away before the ship is through, done, over with, crew, passengers, everybody. And then Donald Trump gets elected. And picture this as silly as you think I am. The old-fashioned turning the wheel. And he's up there spinning the hell out of this wheel, trying to drain the swamp and steer the largest ship. Do you realize how long it takes? How many nautical miles? Is that what the hell you do in the water? How many nautical miles or whatever it takes to turn a massive ship in the other direction? That's where you're at. He's draining the swamp, folks. We have a mess. Now, there's two pictures I want to put up before I go to break, okay? Because this is where I want to start. You know, I'm upset with myself. Well, the food was good. I boycotted the NFL until it counted, the Super Bowl, and I watched it. I know, I'm upset with myself, folks. I'm sorry. I apologize. The food was good. The food was good. I keep going back to that. The shrimp were great. The mini tacos. I mean, the food was good. But because you know what? Do me a favor, Amanda. By the way, thank you, Amanda. I mean, I want to thank anybody who puts up with me this early in the morning. Put up the picture of Edwin Jackson. Now, Edwin Jackson, now I'm going to take a stretch here, and I'm going to step out. A, he's NFL. B, he's a football player. And I don't know, it's quite a stretch. I don't have my glasses on, but I'm going to go with he's black. Now, for you out there that I just offended, he's African American. All right, I'm sorry. What the hell? All right, but he's black. Okay. Then, and I'm going to break this down for you because this is where we're going to come back and get into. All right. Now, put up the picture because this is the one that's not going anywhere on social media. Put up the Uber driver, Jeffrey Monroe. I'm gonna just take another shot here. I'm just going to. He's black, African American. For those of you that were just offended, okay. Now, Amanda, am I going down the wrong road, or are both of these guys black? Did I get there? You can say African American. I mean, you say whatever you want, but I mean.
I think I'm going to go with African American.
You going with that?
I am.
Okay. But you understand where I'm going?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offended you in the control booth. So, let's put up the picture of Manuel, because he has an alias. Now, I'm saying this facetiously, I really enjoy people that have the immigration discussion that don't know what the hell they're talking about, okay? Because these people cross the border, come back, cross the border, and by time, look, I used to work about 300 Hispanics back in the day, all right? Let's go with 1986, all right? Let's call it 1986. I used to work about 300 Hispanics, okay? Latinos, whatever the hell they are. I never know. What the hell are they? Latinos, Hispanics, something, all right? Guys, you know, so anyhow, they would leave, right? They would leave. They would go to Mexico. The guys would be on the job one day, they would leave. They go to Mexico. They show up 2 months later with a different name. Yeah, 2 months later with a different name. They work 6 months. You go one day. They never tell you they're leaving. Just boom, they leave. Gone. 4 months later, next thing you know, they're back. Different name. So this guy's got 4 different names. Put up Manuel's picture. Is that his name? Did I send it to you? The guy, Manuel, or whatever. I didn't send you his picture. You need to go through there and look. The guy that hit him and killed him. I think that's the name of it. He's got his orange jumpsuit on. Did I not send that one to you? There you go. Well, what did I say?
You totally didn't say that.
I was close. I was close.
Manuel.
Well, Manuel, what the hell? It's close enough. For horseshoes. Anyhow, this is the guy that kills the 2 black guys. African Americans for Amanda. Okay? This is the guy who kills them. Kills these 2 guys. Boom. All right? Just give me a protest picture. Let me see my man, Colin Kaepernick. Well, you got his picture? It was that one we're struggling with too. Colin. I think I got that one right. Anyhow, I don't know why they put up with me here, folks. So, you have the 2 guys. There he is. There's Colin. What are you protesting, Colin? What are you protesting? NFL, what did you protest this year? The unfair treatment of black Americans? I mean, what did you protest? Did you protest illegals crossing the border, being deported twice, crossing the border, and killing an NFL player and another? Are you protesting African Americans being killed by illegals in this country that drive over them? Is that what you're protesting? Oh, by the way, I'm going to go to break, but before I do, put the picture up of Chris Long, number 2. This has to be my commercial. That's Chris Long. Chris Long doesn't want to go to the White House. You know what, Chris? Go to hell. I don't care if you want to go to the White House. I don't care. Stay your ass at home. Stay home. Don't want you there. All right? I will take a brief break. But we're going to come back because where I'm going with this is the president's statement yesterday on shut it down and what the media is trying to do. And I'm going to tell you the truth of what that statement meant. Take us to break, Sam, or Amanda, whoever you are.
I've had the time of my life. I never felt like this before. I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I'll tell you something. This could be love because I've had the time of my life. I've never felt like this before, 'cause I've had the time of my life.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead. 'Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ah, yeah. It might be cold outside, but there's no one cooler than you. You're the man with a plan, doing your thing like only you can. You're cooking up more than just a delicious dinner for two. You're preparing that delectable dish spelled L-O-V-E. Heat things up this Valentine's Day at Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and... Hi, I'm Rhonda in Ella next to Walmart.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show, FYNTV.com. Now, folks, if you would like to text the show and tell me if I offended you, then go ahead and do that. But here's how you do that. If you would like to actually text the show and say you may agree with something, go ahead and do that. If you text the show and you have a different opinion, so go ahead and do that. I don't care. But here's how you do it. 706-889-9700, 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com. And I don't have my glass. I have yet to locate my near and fars. I cannot find them anyway. Now, these are my fars. These are my mid-range reading. So the glasses I have in my hand now are to read the computer. Like I do this, man, can I see that computer screen? Man, can I read notes? I can't see nothing across the room. I gotta get this worked out. I don't know what happened to my near and fars. I gotta find them. Anyhow, getting back to the series, you can follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News and at FYN TV. So send us a message, get involved in the conversation, let us know what you think. Now, here's where we're at on this, okay? Because what upset me yesterday is we have come to the realization, and this all goes together, folks. It goes together, okay? Now, and wait a minute, I got to do a public apology. You know, for a long time, I got a couple things I've got to atone for, right? I'm on a 12-step program, right? I'm on a, what am I on, step 7? I'm atoning, right? Whatever the hell I'm on, right? So, anyhow, there's two things right now I probably should, I have said go to break Sam for a long time. Amanda's in the control booth. She's doing an outstanding job, and I know if you're watching the show for the first time, you may not understand, but there's days when I send stuff over and I just go all over the place, and they have to find pictures. Like Sam got used to finding them. Amanda's doing an outstanding job finding the pictures, helping me do research and things like that. So when I say whoever the hell you are, well, that was Amanda, okay? So I apologize. Is that a decent apology? I mean, will that work in the step 7? Are you okay? Do you accept it? I mean, is there anything here?
I forgive you.
All right, now we can move on to number 2. I want to apologize to President Ronald Reagan. Yesterday was the great President Ronald Reagan's birthday. As you know, I don't want to take him for granted. As you know, the Ronald Reagan diary stays right here on the desk on a daily basis, always right here for me to refer to the great Ronald Reagan, so I apologize for that. Now, this all goes together, and I'll tell you why it goes together, because I'm going to put this together. We are not your normal news show, because God knows there's nothing about me normal. So, obviously, we go a different direction here. But I'm putting this together for a reason. Now, at my age, 36, that was your chance, Amanda, but that ship sailed. I gave you a shot.
I can't even anymore.
What?
Okay, can I tell him your real age?
No! No! No, God, no. Anyhow, at 36, but anyhow, that joke aside, you and I have grown up, and if you're new, let me tell you how you got here. There's my generation that knows where we're at, and there's your generation that may be wondering how did we get here, okay? Here's how we got here. We had these 3 networks called ABC, NBC, and CBS, okay? And they specialized in mind control, manipulation, and helping the government tell you lies. Write that down. That was pretty damn good. That was. That's what they did for 70 years, okay? Mind control, manipulation, and helping the government tell you lies. ABC, NBC, CBS. There was a time when I rushed home after work, right, and I would be tired, get something to eat, but I would turn on ABC Peter Jennings, okay? But we can go through the list of whoever you watch, Dan Rather, all the way back to Walter Cronkite, whatever, okay? But for 70 years, 3 networks came on. And they told you what they wanted you to know. And they would take the little clips and they would give you 10 seconds of this and 10 seconds of that. I hated that. I used to say, this is pre-internet, folks. Actually, I go back, as the dinosaur as I am, I go back pre-internet, okay? And that would make me so angry. I'd go to work the next day and I'd say, you know, that guy, that Republican, or that lady, or that person, that's not what they really said. See, nobody got the first 30 seconds in front of it. Nobody got the last 30 seconds behind it. They clipped out what they wanted. It's up. CNN cannot do that anymore. NBC cannot do that any longer. Because there's people like me, this small network in North Georgia, to the largest networks, that expose it on a daily basis. But the media is doing everything they can to clip, okay, that 30 seconds that Trump said, shut it down. I would love to shut it down, okay? All that made their day yesterday. I always say the liberal left, they get all worked up. They keep champagne on ice. Those jackasses, they keep champagne on ice. And when Trump, hey, do you think that one was worthy? Yeah, champagne in the break room at 4, okay? Because he said, I'd love to shut it down. Now we're going to go through this. Now let me give you one thing on the memo. The media is lying to you so bad, because I'm going to give you one thing on the Republican memo before I get into this video. Thousands, the FISA court, not to confuse you, because what happens is people get in the weeds, okay? But the FISA court, okay, is much more difficult to obtain a warrant to spy on an American citizen through the FISA court that you may feel is having an international communication with the nefarious, Boris and Natasha are out there somewhere in Russia, and they're talking to him, okay? But the process in so many ways is the same for every court in the United States. And let me tell you why. You have hundreds of thousands of magistrates. Now, wait a minute. Stay with me, damn it. Don't get all upset because he's going to go back. You have hundreds of thousands of magistrates this morning. You have hundreds of thousands of Superior Court judges. You have judges all across this country today that are being presented, and we're in Georgia, which is GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. Whatever state you're in, whatever the acronym is, we're GBI. We're in Georgia, we have a drug task force, okay? We're in Georgia, we have a sheriff, we have a chief of police, we have police officers, we have deputies. The list goes on. But they are sworn under an oath. Now, this is equal to FBI, and this is equal to the Department of Justice. There's no difference. Stay with me, folks, because what I like to do on this show is I like to bring it down to you and I right here at home, and not dumb it down to where you understand it, but put it just into some real terms, because we may not have the proper degree from the communist state university on the wall as Chuck Todd, okay, at MSNBC, or Joe Scarborough, all right? And we may not have vacationed in Switzerland with Minka Brzezinski. But you have police officers all over the United States taking their information, their documents, to a magistrate asking for a warrant, to a judge asking for a warrant, to a federal judge asking for a warrant. Now, FISA court's different, but you have federal judges. You've got FBI all over the United States going to a federal courthouse this morning. U.S. Marshals. You've got ATF. You've got the DNR, Department of Natural Resources. You've got they're able to go to a judge and say, I need a warrant, whatever it may be. I need a warrant to search. And when they do, the judge does not have time to take the folder and research it. They don't do the research. Law enforcement is sworn, okay, under oath, to stand before any judge, from magistrate to federal to FISA court, and tell the judge the truth and give judge all the information of what's in the document they want the warrant. It's real simple to explain. So when they stand before a judge, the judge says, why do you seek this warrant? The judge is reading the warrant, your request, and you're saying, this is why, and this may have a political thing somewhere down the road, but this is why we're seeking this warrant today, no matter what it is in America. Gilmer County, Fannin County, Boone County, North Carolina, or Watauga, I know that name, Watauga, North Carolina, whatever, okay? Or Carbon County, Pennsylvania, wherever you're at. You're all going and you're all sworn to give the judge the correct information to obtain that warrant. So when they went in to get the warrant for Carter Page, they withheld the information that would have caused a judge to say, I don't think I can sign this warrant. You see, if they're making a big deal, the Democrats are making a big deal over the Republican memo, if when they went in to get the warrant at the FISA court, if the FBI would have said to the judge, Your Honor, this information that is a large part of the reason we're seeking the warrant is due to a foreign spy that's working for a political campaign of a candidate, and the opposition research is against the opponent of said candidate, you wouldn't have a warrant. They wouldn't have got the FISA warrant. Keep two things in mind. The FBI knows. Department of Justice know. They know when they go in, okay? They know when they sign off. So there's two things, very simple on this. You could take all day long. Either they lied, everybody that signed off on this to go to the... See, it has to be signed off to go to the FISA court. We won't go in the weeds. But see, it's real simple. Either everybody that signed off on this to get a warrant from the FISA court to investigate, to open an investigation on the Trump campaign via Carter Page, either lied to the judge or judge knew about it too. It's real simple. Now you think it's a big conspiracy, but I'm going to tell you something. If that kind of information, it's their obligation to tell the judge. It's not the judge's obligation to do the research. And if that kind of information is withheld, okay? Because let me tell you something. I know some judges. And I know some judges that if law enforcement goes before them and asks for a warrant, I mean, there's judges that get called out in the middle of the night because they need a warrant. I mean, you got some judges, they go in at 4 in the morning to do a warrant. It's an emergency. Okay? But I tell you what, I know some judges that if any branch of law enforcement, come before them and ask for an emergency warrant, ask for a warrant in the middle of the night or at any time and withhold information, buddy, I'm telling you right now, they will go nuts. Because that is why you take an oath, and that's why that judge looks at law enforcement and says, hey, are you giving me the straight shot on this information? So that's the FISA court. Now, keep in mind, they went and got the memo. They took the memo. They went and got the FISA court warrant on Carter Page hoping once they pulled every one of Carter Page's emails and all of his Russian communications, that they would have their door wide open to the Trump campaign. See, that's what they thought. We'll get Carter Page, he's on the radar screen, he goes to Russia, he's got some communication, he has been named a volunteer, all right, a volunteer participant of the Trump campaign, a foreign intelligence of the Trump campaign. He's just a name only, but if we get his information, if we get all of his emails, we guarantee there's something in there between Carter Page, Trump campaign, a Russian diplomat, something. Just keep in mind, Carter Page was not arrested for anything. Michael Flynn, George Papadopoulos, not Carter Page. It didn't return the results they wanted. And that's when they went further. So I'm sorry for those out there that are upset that we are taking the FBI to task, that we're taking the Department of Justice to task and the State Department to task. But if you were on the Drain the Swamp, you should not have just yelled it during the campaign. That's what we're doing. I'm going to take a brief break because I want to come back and I don't want to mess the next segment up, but I want to set that up because, folks, it's nonstop. The battle, you are in the battle. So let's come back and continue the fight right after these messages, Amanda.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas just $5.99 each. No one out pizzas the hot.
Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I should not have done this. I'm going to have to wait because I think we have a guest coming in, or we have a guest coming in at 9 o'clock today. So I'm going to have to wait till like 9:20 to get deep. So here's what I want to do. I want to start this segment, Amanda. And then I probably, after my interview with Beth Bennett, we're going to have tax tips with Beth Bennett. After my interview with Beth Bennett, then I want to go back to this segment, okay? But I want to push them together to do a video. Did you get all that? You got it, okay. Just double checking. All right, folks. Now, yesterday in a meeting, the president is serious. Put up, I didn't tell you this picture, but put up the president's serious face. Did I put up serious Trump? Did I send you a picture that says serious Trump? Folks, and we'll come back to this in a minute. Now, this is the meeting yesterday. And I don't know if you can see it, but Trump is serious. I'm here to tell you that man is serious. Look at the look on his face. And now the lady to the right, I think, is Kirsten, or Kirsten, I don't know how she pronounces her name. Nielsen, all right? And I'm pretty sure is it my left, right? I don't know, on the screen, whatever, okay? The lady next to Trump is the Homeland Security, okay? Secretary of Homeland Security, she's sitting there, and that's his serious face. Now put up Michael McCall, all right? Michael McCall is a representative from Texas, all right? Now, in this video, you're going to hear Michael McCall's voice, okay? This is where I told you yesterday. People all worked up over Trump saying, I'd love to shut it down. But we're actually going to play the 2-minute clip for you, okay? So Michael McCall is sitting, he's representative from Texas. He's looking at the president explaining the problem, okay? And you have the Homeland Security Secretary that he's looking at. So let's play that video. Let's go to this video. Now pay attention to the entire video, and then we'll come back. You ready? Come back. You ready? Come back.
Secretary, she says, I don't have the authority to deport these dangerous criminals. I've been down to the detention spaces. I've seen these teenage males that their home becomes MS-13. That becomes their family. And then they're a threat to our society. And so we want to give the secretary that authority to end and close the dangerous loopholes so we can deport and remove these dangerous criminals from the United States.
So as you know, we can't do a job. These incredible professionals at the table cannot do their job unless we change really the legislation. And we're going to get it done. Frankly, I'll go a step further. If we don't change the legislation, if we don't get rid of these loopholes where killers are allowed to come into our country and continue to kill gang members, and we're just talking about MS-13, there are many gang members that we don't even mention. If we don't change it, let's have a shutdown. We'll do a shutdown, and it's worth it for our country. I'd love to see a shutdown if we don't get this stuff taken care of. So we have to strengthen our borders, not by a little bit, but by a lot. We are so far behind the time. And by the way, the world is laughing at us because they can't believe these policies. They don't have it. I could name 15 of them right now. No other country in the world has what we have. And we're going to get it stopped. And if we have to shut it down because the Democrats don't want safety, and unrelated but still related, they don't want to take care of our military, then shut it down. We'll go with another shutdown.
Hey, if they don't want safety, we'll shut it down. Now, folks, that's the video, okay, that I'm trying to explain to you that the media just clipped out Donald Trump saying, shut it down. I would love to shut it down. But see, my generation, we went through that with ABC, NBC, and CBS. We went through that. We went through that for years with the media lying to us and only clipping that 30 seconds. But see, the media is not playing this morning that the Secretary, a Homeland Security Secretary, and Michael McCall, what he's telling the President of the United States, Michael McCall is saying to the President of the United States, our Secretary, Homeland Security Secretary, does not have the authority, okay, to deport these people and get them out of here. We don't have the authority. They go into prison and they MS-13 turns them into family. Now put up the picture of the MS-13 kids because I only got a couple of minutes, okay? These kids, what they're saying is, we don't have the authority. The Secretary needs the authority. We can't get rid of these people. We can't round them up. We don't have the authority. And Trump says the safety and the concern of America first. Remember, the President of the United States, everything's America first no matter what. So the safety for America first, okay, that's his concern. I'll shut it down. I will shut it down. The President said, I'll shut it down. They don't want to close the loopholes because why? The guy that killed Edwin Jackson from the Colts and the black Uber driver, African American for some of you out there, had been deported twice and back in this country. So when President Trump said, I will shut it down, that's all they're playing. But folks, your safety, America first, or he'll shut it down. If they do not want to get serious about security, if they don't want to get serious, do you remember the gentleman and his wife sitting in the gallery at the State of the Union address? Sorry to say, not going to African American family sitting there, right? Hey, MS-13. President Trump will shut it down. I'm going to, I want to go to a break. See, they can't deport them. And Trump said, I'll go one step further. I'll go one step further. I will shut the place down. Now, folks, while the stock market is having turbulence, okay, and everybody's concerned on what's going down, all right, at the stock market, and it may go down again today, President of the United States is more concerned about stopping illegals coming into this country and murdering American citizens. You see, the speech he gave yesterday, he'll shut it down, is almost equal to the day he came down the escalator and he said, we've got, not to quote, they're not sending us their finest. Some of them are okay, but Mexicans are coming in, murdering, raping, and I know Trump said all that and not quoting it. That's the same thing he said coming down that escalator. I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to take a brief break, and when I come back, we're going to have tax tips. We're going to have a segment on tax tips with Beth Bennett, H&R Block Beth Bennett, and then after that, we're going to revisit this story and go much deeper into it. And I want to talk a little bit at the end of the show. Okay, we do not have a labor force shortage. I want to say this one more time. We do not have a labor force shortage in the United States of America. We have people that cannot, will not, do not know how to work and can't pass a drug test. That's what we have, not a labor shortage. So that we have to turn around. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after these messages.
I've had the time of my life. I never felt like this before. I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I'll tell you something. This could be love, because I've had the time of my life. I've never felt like this before, 'cause I've had the time of my life.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead.
Tis the season of huge year-end discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Every 2017 and 2018 Chevy is discounted deep right now. Like $5,000 off Equinox LT from $26,750, or a whopping $10,000 off new Silverado Crew Cabs from $33,695. Unwrap huge holiday savings on every Chevy at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where we make the holidays bright.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ah, yeah. It might be cold outside, but there's no one cooler than you. You're the man with a plan, doing your thing like only you can. You're cooking up more than just a delicious dinner for two. You're preparing that delectable dish spelled L-O-V-E. Heat things up this Valentine's Day at Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and it's time for Tax Tips with Beth Bennett from H&R Block. How are you, Beth?
I'm good, Brian. How are you today?
I'm good. You know, I've been coming over and saying hello.
I know, I like that. That's a nice change. He goes to the gym, gets a hard workout, and then comes and says hey to me.
Well, you're
highlight of my day.
You're over there at Hillcrest. Is it Hillcrest?
Highlands.
Highlands Crossings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Highlands Crossing. I get my, Highlands Crossing Shopping Center. You're over there at Highlands Crossing Shopping Center.
Right.
And so I stop by and say hello, but that's not your only location here locally.
No,
How many locations do you have?
We have two more. We have one on River Street and one on Craig Street between Pools Barbecue and the drugstore.
Beth, last time you were here, the tax reform bill had just passed.
Right.
Okay, and the great thing about our first segment that we did together was H&R Block really did a lot of great, put out good information for you and your staff to get the best understanding of what the tax reform bill meant here and there and everywhere. But since then, there's a lot more that's come out that we know now that we didn't know then, just in the last 30 days since Christmas. What are some of the things that you're starting to see now that we didn't talk about before, or some things that our viewers need to know or not misunderstand about the tax reform bill?
So just a little more detail is what we've gotten, and we've sent questions up to our Tax Institute at H&R Block that just focuses on tax law. So if there's something we're not sure of, we can contact them. And they had to do some research on some of the changes on what they think it's going to look like, because we really don't know any of that 100% sure. But one of the biggest ones, and I've not heard it talked about anywhere, is unreimbursed business expenses. So if you're an employee on a W-2,
unreimbursed business expenses, okay.
So that was a Schedule A deduction. So if you itemized, you took your mortgage interest and your property taxes and your charitable contributions, right? Those are the most common that people take on there. You could do unreimbursed business expenses. And that affects so many employees. So if you think about it like a salesman, maybe like the beer truck, the Pepsi truck salesmen that travel in their job, and the company pays them, but they don't pay them as much as the IRS allows for that deduction. For example, if I'm a salesman and I travel in my vehicle and my company pays me on a W-2, so taxes are withheld, that's who this affects, only if you're paid on a W-2. My company pays me 30 cents per mile. That's pretty good, right? But the IRS allows this year 53.5 cents per mile. So you could take that difference. Adds up a lot if you're a traveling salesman and you spend all your time in a vehicle, right? Like my brother's a salesman. He sells truck warranties. And he leaves his house in Memphis and travels all the way to Knoxville.
Right.
That's huge. A home health care nurse who goes from home to home and provides care.
That's something, yes.
That's huge. Truckers probably going to be the worst. A lot of truckers are W-2 employees. They get paid probably, I keep using 30 cents because I think that's a common one we see in the office, 30 cents a mile. But a trucker also can take their laundry, their meals, if they stay in a hotel, showers, right? A lot of them stop in convenience stores, truck stops, and have showers. All of that goes away. Like my husband is a lineman, and a couple years ago they sent him to Miami to work, and they were paid $30 a day per diem. However, the per diem in Florida was $55 a day. So we got to take that difference on our tax return. Any tools that he might need to buy. So that covers how many people? Carpenters, plumbers, welders. If you're an employee of a business, you no longer get to take those tools. So it's a really big deal for, you know, at first when we thought about it, we thought of truckers, but then the more we thought about, well, that affects this person. Oh my gosh, it's going to affect them. And there's a lot of people. If you're a salesman, your cell phone, you're spending a lot of time on your phone. You no longer get to take those if you're a W-2 employee.
Folks, whatever your occupation is, and I'm just going to say this, no matter what you're doing today, no matter what you're out there doing, whatever your job is, after the tax reform bill, I recommend you consult a tax professional.
This year to plan for next year.
Right. But do it now, because there's two things that, like last year, you and I are sitting in here talking about doing your taxes. We have two things right now that we're trying to stress to our viewers. One, yes, it's time to do your taxes. You're prepared to do the taxes and help them. But it's also, right now is the time. We're just now in February. We got out of January to plan for next year's taxes, because you do not want to get up to September and say, I wish somebody would have told me that in January because the new tax bill does this and this. Is that correct?
Correct. Like the withholdings went down in your paycheck last week. Everyone should have seen some more money in their paycheck this week, right?
Right.
Okay, so How does that affect you for next year?
I have no idea what that means.
You don't get a paycheck?
I'm a small business owner. I have no knowledge of having a couple extra dollars.
Okay, most of us don't. And I don't know that it's big enough to make, like this huge dent in people's lives, but it could impact your taxes for next year. So that's another reason to go have someone look at it and compare. At H&R Block last week, we were super excited. They put in a comparison. We've always got a 2-year comparison to see how you did last year, this year compared to last year. But this year they just came out into our system, and it's just wonderful. It compares this year and applies next year's tax law, so we can see how it's going to affect you. So you're withholding, taking away the standard deduction, the child tax credit double. There's so many changes, right? So it's helping you plan. So we can look at that and see, hey, next year, if you don't make a change here, you're going to owe this because of that. So it's very, very handy.
Let me ask you a question. How often do you deal with somebody coming in and saying to you, that's not what they said on TV?
Never.
Huh?
Every day. People, but it depends who you listen to, right? And how the media spins it.
Right, exactly.
It's everybody's interpretation of that, and unfortunately, tax law is interpretational. We could read the same paragraph and come out with it completely different, and so it's everybody's different spin on that, and that's the things I've been trying to bring to light. What's not being talked about in the media. Everyone's talking about the doubling of the standard deduction, but nobody talked about the personal exemptions going away, right? So that's the things I'm trying to make sure that I share with everyone so that they know and they're prepared for the changes for next year, because it could have some huge impacts on people. We don't want people to come sit at our desk next year and we failed to tell them, hey, if you don't make this change next year, you'll owe this.
So let me ask you a question. If they come to H&R Block and they come to your location, as you're doing their taxes, you see their finances, you are at the same time consulting them and making recommendations for next year. Say, like if you put this in this year and you say, we're putting this in, but we need to let you know what you're doing now, you will not do next year. You're helping people
Absolutely.
as you do the tax.
Yes, we are advising them of how these new changes will affect them for next year. But we do that every year. For instance, if you have kids at home and you've got a child that's 16 this year and you're still going to get the child tax credit next year, in the year they turn 17, that goes away. That's a pretty big one, because that's $1,000 at the bottom of the tax return. That's an actual dollar for dollar credit, which is very significant on someone's tax return. And so we always say, hey, next year you're going to lose Johnny. He's no longer going to get you the child tax credit, so you may want to put a little more withholdings on your paycheck to make up for that $1,000 difference.
Well,
that's a lot of what we do. We're not just data entry.
How about, and we want to remind people, the TV made a big deal out of it, and it is a big deal of the healthcare penalty. The insurance mandate penalty, that's still this year.
Yeah, so that's the shared responsibility mandate, that we're all sharing responsibility for everyone's health care, if you want to call it the proper thing, or Obamacare.
You want to get me worked up?
I do. I like you worked up.
I know you didn't just say shared responsibility. Serenity now. Okay.
So the health care penalty, everyone thought it went away this year. It does not, and it doesn't even go away next year. It doesn't go away until your 2019 tax return, so it will affect you in 2020. So if you didn't have health care in 17 and you don't have it for 18, you will still pay that $695 per person, or up to 2.5% of your household income. So it's still huge. People are still paying that, and they're flabbergasted. They're like, I thought that went away. So people are very upset with that. That's been a huge misconception, because nowhere did they say what date. So I haven't ever heard that in the news. Have you?
No.
Just that it went away.
Yeah, exactly.
It went away.
Exactly.
But it doesn't go away for 2 years.
No, here it is. I show it to you.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And,
that one's been very...
You become the bearer of bad news, but at least you tell them the truth.
Right.
At least you tell them the truth. What are some of the points that you wanted to make this morning, maybe we haven't covered, or something that you want to make sure you share with the audience?
So last time we talked a little bit about the pass-through income for small businesses, like the sole proprietor,
pass-through, right.
The S-Corp partnership.
We heard that on TV again, pass-through, and we broke that down last time. What a pass-through, it is basically where, like an LLC can actually do their tax return like a personal tax return. Is it
Right. So the income. So the income from the business passes through and gets put onto the personal tax return. So the business doesn't actually pay taxes.
Right.
It goes on the personal, and then whatever tax bracket your personal income, whatever other income you have, it lumps in there and puts you in that tax bracket, and you pay it there. So that thing, and we did a little bit of research into that. So that is a 20% deduction of qualified income for a small business. So let's just say you had $50,000 in net profit on your business, and it's on your K-1. Well, then the K-1 goes on your tax return on the 1040, and at the bottom of the 1040, you're going to get a 20% deduction of that income. So that means on $50,000 net profit, $10,000 is no longer taxed for you. So that's pretty significant. That's pretty significant. One of the things Cindy, who's an amazing tax preparer at my Highland Crossing office, she was all excited about self-employment tax for the Schedule C. I'm like, self-employment tax is separate. That's not an income tax. So you're mixing them, and that's not what it is. Self-employment tax is Social Security and Medicare.
Right.
And nobody else gets a break on that, so why would they?
Right.
This is income tax, so 20% of your net income.
So that's only pass-through, meaning if you own a small business, and you're S Corp or an LLC?
Well, so LLC's up here, and then it's S Corp or a partnership or a sole proprietor. So LLC is what your company is, and then those three are how you're taxed.
Okay, got it. So anyhow, so the company that makes the money, if there's $50,000, then that will pass through to the partner's personal tax return.
Correct.
And there's a 20% deduction off of that, and that's pretty significant.
Yeah, that's huge, don't you think?
So let me ask you then, because the way I'm breaking that down then, this actually turns out to be a good thing for small business.
Wonderful. What do you think if I'm in a 25% tax bracket, $10,000, that's $2,500 in taxes you didn't have to pay. So that's a pretty good size, that's a pretty significant credit, don't you think?
You know, I will say this, it's $2,500, and I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I want to talk to you a minute. So let's just say that's $2,500 that you actually are not sending to the government as a small business.
Yeah.
Now let's share with them, as both of us being small business owners, out there the media would lead you to believe that we're just the evil people that just took that $2,500 and just went and partied it away.
Or a beach vacation.
But what do most of us small business owners do? We see $25 that we could reinvest. Don't we always? I mean, isn't that what we do? Put somebody on staff that we wanted to grow, open a new location, buy new cameras, put new equipment in it. Right? Yeah. Isn't that basically what?
Give a raise that you've been holding out on.
But you understand?
Yes.
But they would lead you to believe that, oh my gosh, we just got $2,500 and
but they're so out of touch.
We might enjoy $100 and go to dinner, but for the most part, small business owners,
well, that's our success.
Right, but we love to reinvest it, don't we?
Yes, yeah. Well, again, that's our success. No, absolutely. That's the success of every business, right? How you reinvest your money into your business and your people in your community, right? And I would beg to differ that anybody really around us thinks differently. They're not all just greedy and taking it in because there's no benefit to that. Right?
No, because we're in small town USA.
You got to take care of each other.
And you and I attend a lot of things with our local chamber, our Gilmer Chamber, and we attend a lot of things. We go to a lot of things, and we know. Let's step out here. Let's see how I can make this sound. We know a lot of small business owners, and the small business owners that I know, we enjoy reinvesting, not being told we have to.
No.
We do it on our own. Reinvest in our businesses, our communities, and things like that on our own without anybody telling us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sorry, I don't want to get sidetracked. It was you that said shared responsibility a minute ago that got all this started.
Who would have thought that would have got you upset?
Yeah, okay. Beth, where are all of your locations?
So, again, we have Highlands Crossing down there by Walmart. We got Craig Street, which is between Pools Barbecue and the drugstore. River Street's in downtown.
And folks out there, just to let you know, Beth Bennett, H&R Block, the 3 locations. If you call, they have business hours, but right now it's tax time. You need to get your taxes done. you have an unusual work schedule, if you will call them, they will work with you. And I know
Absolutely.
they will work with you. So, hey, if you're running late or you can't do it to a certain time, they will do what they can to work with you. And also, I want to encourage you not only to go get your taxes done at H&R Block with Beth Bennett, but take the time, get the consulting you need for next year, because there's a lot of changes coming your way, and don't get caught, hey, this time next year saying, I wish I would have known, right?
Absolutely. Prepare. Try to prepare.
And you got a phone number, or I can't see across the screen. I don't
You can't read it no more?
Is there a number?
Oh, Brian.
I can't see across the screen.
So our phone number is 706-635-5538 or 635-5563 or 636-1099. And we're also sponsoring the Chamber lunch tomorrow, speaking of the Chamber.
Okay.
So come see us at lunch tomorrow at the Chamber. We'll be at the Piedmont Community Center. Talk some taxes again.
I don't have my glasses. I can't see across the room. So there you go. Maybe I'll find my glasses in the next segment. Tax tips with Beth Bennett, H&R Block. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas just $5.99 each. No one out pizzas the hut.
We're back, folks. If I look a little disoriented, I'm your host, BKP. I'll explain. Now, Lonnie produced the show for quite some time. And, you know, we love Lonnie, but, you know, Lonnie produced the show, and then Sam produced the show for quite some time. And between Lonnie and Sam, at no time did they feel they should touch my table. No time. But folks, I must apologize for the rearranging of the table. I had it organized, and during the break, we put the set back, and Amanda's over here moving things.
I organized it. It looks so organized.
She just started touching stuff. I mean, my regular diary. I mean, the hat.
You're mad because your desk is clean?
No, it's not because it's clean. It's not because it's clean. It's just I'm not used to somebody coming in and saying, "Oh, this is so unorganized." Let me. I put things the way they are for a reason. Okay, so anyhow. So, folks, I wanted to let you know that there's no telling where this show will end up going if we have somebody in here that thinks that they could just touch the stuff on the desk. So, I'm your host, BKP. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you're safe today. I mean, seriously, all jokes aside, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring, all the above in North Georgia. Hydroplaning on the highway. I hope you're safe out there. I really, really do hope you're safe. Now, a couple things yesterday as some of you are looking at the stock market, and I want to stay with this story for just a minute, okay? And we started this before we had our tax tips with Beth Bennett, all right? And we're going to talk about the Democrat in Fannin County, or Democrats, the Democrat on the ballot in Fannin County. Because let's do this. The President of the United States said that he will shut it down. Put up the picture of Mike McCall. Remember, we heard Mike McCall's voice, okay? Mike McCall is looking at the President of the United States yesterday and saying, look, our Homeland Security Secretary, all right, and that would be, put up the picture of Kirsten, I think her name's Kirsten Nielsen, okay? This is your Homeland Security Secretary. So Mike McCall's telling the President of the United States, we don't have the authority. Our secretary does not have the authority to do her job, okay? So we're sitting on a week where we can't figure out exactly why. And let me just remind you real quick. Let's just go to this, okay? So frame this up. Mike McCall, Representative of Texas, looking at the President of the United States. They're talking about DACA. That's all we're hearing, DACA and the Dreamers, all right? Now, I've told you over and over, they want to lead you to believe that all of the Dreamers are the heads of their class. I mean, you know, they're in the top 5 of every class in the United States graduates. They're the most awesome citizens. They're working 3 jobs. They're buying their own school books. They're top of their class. I mean, everything. That's what they want to lead you to believe is we have 800,000 of the greatest kids, okay, that we're turning our back on. And the reason I brought this up on the same day is because they want us to believe that these 800,000 kids that we're turning our back on are the cream of the crop. They are the next great Americans. They are, put the kids that are crossing the border, put that one up there. I got one that says kids crossing the border. All right? They want you to believe that this is the future of America. Democrats come out to the podium. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi come out to the podium. How can we let these people down? These families, how can we tear them apart? Okay? Damn it, we're in a mess. Because let's think of this. You got Democrats worried about this. Okay? That's what you got. Let me frame this up. Democrats worried about these poor 800,000 kids that are the future of our country. That's who they're worried about. Just put up any NFL protest picture. You got these guys here, okay? All right, you got these guys here, any protest picture, any one marked protest. You got these guys here protesting. We don't know what they're protesting. Okay? Then we have 2 African Americans killed by an illegal, Edwin Jackson. All right? And the Uber driver, let's not forget him, African American Jeffrey Monroe. So you got Democrats swearing that these 800,000 kids are the future of America. You've got NFL players on their knee protesting for God knows we don't know what the hell for. Then you have these unaccompanied children here, okay, in America, that guess what? The President of the United States has the nerve to say, you know what? They find family and friends where? Who takes these kids in? They want to lead you to believe, I'm so tired of the damn lies. They want to lead you to believe that these kids came in the country, right? And they found a nice white family in Poughkeepsie, okay? Nice white family of 4. An Amish group, all right? That took 2 little Hispanic kids in. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. 70,000, we will go over that in a minute, came in 1 year. Unaccompanied children from South America. Oh, they want you to believe that they're in these nice little homes with the all-American white family. Chip and Buffy adopted 2 to put with their little kids. You know, Mercury and whoever the hell. It didn't happen. MS-13. Put that picture up. MS-13. All right, I thought I had one that said that. Maybe I didn't send one over. Did I send one over? It says, yeah, MS-13 kids. It says MS-13 kids. Okay? And you have right there, the President of the United States is hearing. Okay? MS-13 is more than happy to take these kids. These kids go into detention centers. They don't have families. They coming in here, unaccompanied children, MS-13 kids. Did I not send a picture? Okay, I thought I sent a picture that said MS-13 kids. But anyhow, the MS-13, this gang, they make them family. That's their family they're turning them into. Not these great graduates, the future of America. All right? It's not happening, folks. But all the while, they will tell you, all the while they will tell you that we have a labor shortage in this country, and we're sitting there. Is it Alabama that just filed a lawsuit against a pharmaceutical company for Oxycontin, opiates? Folks, this all happened, not all of it, but it all happened in the last 8 years. That's the MS-13 kids right there. That's kids. See, that is the family that they're going to, MS-13. Now, thousands of jobs, this is one article, in Ohio were left unfilled because people can't pass a drug test. Steve Staub, who runs Staub Manufacturing Solutions in Ohio, attended the State of the Union address Tuesday as a special guest of the President Donald Trump. While there, aside from participating in the pageantry, Staub discussed problems in manufacturing industry and business in general with the president. Staub mentioned to Trump the toil the opiate crisis has had on the business ability to fill jobs. Now wait a minute. He did not say, if we clear the way for the dreamers and we have chain migrations and they can bring in all their aunts and uncles and cousins and everything, that will fill the jobs. He didn't say that, okay? Staub mentioned to the president the toll the opiate crisis has had on business ability to fill jobs. About 2 million Americans nationwide are addicted to the drug. The crisis has been particularly hard on Staub's home state in Ohio, where thousands of job applicants are turned away because of substance abuse. In Ohio alone, they have about 20,000 available jobs in manufacturing in Dayton, Ohio, where I'm from. We have about 4,000 jobs available today. 4,000 jobs! Damn it, folks, we keep, the media puts up the fancy lights and they got flashing garbage all over the place. And, oh my God, an announcement. Nathan Deal, governor of Georgia, just brought 500 jobs here. The president says so-and-so is coming to this country, going to provide this many jobs. We can't fill the jobs that are here today because we screwed the last several generations up royally by thinking somebody owed them something, and when they didn't get it, they were on drugs or something. We'll go into that in a minute. 4,000 jobs are available today in manufacturing that we can't fill. Why the hell don't some of the dreamers go over and get a damn job? Oh no, General Kelly said some of them may be lazy and living off the government. Oh, hell, you say, General Kelly, Chief of Staff. Now Dick Durbin's all up in arms. Oh, I can't believe you called somebody lazy. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I grew up where lazy ass was, like in every third sentence. Get your lazy ass off the couch. Get your lazy ass a job. Get your lazy ass in here. You lazy ass, turn the TV off and go outside. I don't know. I mean, I'm making it sound like my parents were really rough, but I'm sorry. Oh, my God. So anyhow, we have 4,000 jobs available today in manufacturing that we cannot fill, Staub told him. We can't get people to pass a drug test. Other areas on Staub's list of concern are taxes, regulation, healthcare, and infrastructure. 4,000 jobs. 100 more people in LJ, Georgia could be off drugs, cleaned up, off government assistance, taking care of their family, buying their own damn diapers and formula when they have 6 kids. But no! Why? Why push it? You see, yesterday, I think what I should do is I think I should play the video one more time, although I did. I think I should because I want to go back to this one more time. Michael McCall looking at the Homeland Security, Secretary of Homeland Security, Kirstjen Nielsen, sitting next to Donald Trump saying, we don't have the authority. Our secretary doesn't have the authority, and watch Trump's anger. And then take that away and see if the media did not cut out, he would love a shutdown, a government shutdown. Play the video one more time.
And she says, I don't have the authority to deport these dangerous criminals. I've been down to the detention spaces. I've seen these teenage males that their home becomes MS-13. That becomes their family. And then they're a threat to our society. And so we want to give the secretary that authority to end and close the dangerous loopholes so we can deport and remove these dangerous criminals from the United States.
So as you know, we can't do a job. These incredible professionals at the table cannot do their job unless we change really the legislation. And we're going to get it done. Frankly, I'll go a step further. If we don't change the legislation, if we don't get rid of these loopholes where killers are allowed to come into our country and continue to kill gang members, and we're just talking about MS-13, there are many gang members that we don't even mention. If we don't change it, let's have a shutdown. We'll do a shutdown, and it's worth it for our country. I'd love to see a shutdown if we don't get this stuff taken care of. So we have to strengthen our borders, not by a little bit, but by a lot. We are so far behind the time. And by the way, the world is laughing at us because they can't believe these policies. They don't have it. I could name 15 of them right now. No other country in the world has what we have. And we're going to get it stopped. And if we have to shut it down because the Democrats don't want safety, and unrelated but still related, they don't want to take care of our military, then shut it down. We'll go with another shutdown.
I had to play it again, folks. I just had to play it again. Dangerous criminals. He'll go one step further. Now, I like to hang on words. I know you know me well enough through the show. I like to pick up some words, and I like to hang on them. But I look at the intensity in the President of the United States' face, okay? And I see step further. And I want to thank God right now that we have a President of the United States of America that's willing to go a step further. I want to make a couple comments before I go on this. Remember, this is from June 20th, 2014. All right? How many kids? No Country for Lost Kids. Remember that? Put the picture up of all the kids. This is a Mother Jones article. This is from 2014. Okay? This is from 2014. Remember that? 70,000 kids will show up alone at our border this year, unaccompanied minors. Okay? 70,000. All right? All right, that's one. Let's go to Huffington Post. And this is accompanied children from Central America. Unaccompanied. These kids just showed up 1 year later. The immigration status remains in flux of these children. This piece comes to us courtesy of Slate Line. Slate Line is a nonpartisan, nonprofit news service, whatever. In 2014, roughly 69,000 kids from El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras flooded the U.S.-Mexico border, traveling alone at great personal peril. Many were teenagers fleeing gang violence. So they came here and gangs made them family members. All three countries are among the most dangerous in the Western Hemisphere. Many of the unaccompanied children were under 12. Many are trying to join family members already living in the U.S. Okay, I don't have time to go deep into this, but they got migrant status. All right, 112,000, almost 113,000 children who have arrived in the U.S. since 2012, and 69,000 still had cases pending. All right, 113,000. Let's see, 113,000, 2012. Barack Hussein Obama is president. You know, when Democrats see those pictures, they see voters. All right? I'm going to say it like this, okay? Let's see, how can I say this without having it sound racial? Or should I care? I have nothing against, I have no issue with Latino, Hispanic people, none whatsoever. So very close friends, okay? But I am so tired of us caring about one segment of the population that is not even legal in this country and leaving other segments out. The battle zones, the war zones in our inner city with our black youth that are being destroyed with drugs. Destroyed, okay? Absolutely destroyed. Inner city crime, black on black crime, where Democrats put these people, said, you live here. Don't come out to our white neighborhoods. Stay right here. Democrats created that. But no, we're back over here worried about a segment of people in this country that are not legal. But the black youth in the inner cities, Democrats don't care about you. And then you got sorry white kids. I'm saying, hey, look, I don't know, you need to check, I guess, I'm white too. You got the sorry white kids. Your sorry asses went down in your mom and dad's basement. Men, what the hell? You want me to pull the article? You want me to pull the article? The fastest group that came out of the recession and rejoined the workforce are women, not men. Because you got your ass an Xbox, you went in your mama's basement and you won't come out. And the ones that did are on opiates. I mean, we have all these poor regions in the United States that prescription drugs. Copper Hill, Tennessee, Blue Ridge, Georgia, whether you like hearing it or not. Fannin County, Gilmer County, Pickens County. All right? Population, 99.87 white. All right? What the hell? You're going to get mad at me? Guess what? I don't care. 99% white population strung out on pills. But no, we have 4,000 jobs we can't fill. We got 100 jobs we can't fill. We've got jobs in Blue Ridge you can't get anybody to fill. You got people begging for people to come to work. But no, we've got a segment that has the whole country grabbed right by them, holding them, saying, that's our country. Let me tell you something, folks. Without borders, we have no country. And Edwin Jackson, let me finish this because I'm not getting everywhere I want. Edwin Jackson, okay, put his picture up. Let's close this out. Edwin Jackson is dead. Sorry to sound like that. He's dead. Okay? The Uber driver, Mr. Monroe, is that his name, Monroe or Mahoney or Monroe? Put him up. Guess what? He's dead. Put up the guy that was deported twice. Twice. Deported twice. Illegal. Killed them. Now let's just remind people. Let's go through the Kaepernick and then the other two. I think I said the protest. Put all the protest pictures up. Just go through them. NFL, what are you protesting? I think I have two others that say protest if you can find them. What are you protesting? What are you really protesting? The way Democrats have boxed in the African American community into the inner city? Is that what you're protesting? Are you protesting police brutality? Did I not send any others that said protest? Just put anyone that says protest. If I got any pictures that say protest, put them up. What are you protesting? Huh? Police brutality in the city? These war zones? Okay? that we've allowed to be created? Is that what you're protesting? Or are you protesting the Democrats that put these people in these war zones and created these inner city disasters that we have? Right? What are you protesting? All right? You're gonna have you got to tell me. And then white kids. All right? Strung out on opiates. Strung out on prescription pills. And we're talking about and we have media, we have actual media that will not stop, okay? This article, I'm going to get this article here, MS-13 gains, recruits, and power in U.S. as teens surge across the border. We had that picture. Teens surge across the border. Okay? From El Salvador, Danny Cetino Murata was 16 when he fled El Salvador. I just showed you those numbers, right? Coming along to the United States to find a path away from the violent MS-13 gang police said he had belonged to earlier. Caught at the U.S. border, federal authorities sent him to live with his uncle in a quiet Virginia suburb. He enrolled in high school, got a job at a restaurant, sent money home to his father to buy a cart to sell corn. But Danny met gang members at school and was sucked back into tensions between MS-13 and rival gangs. He was sucked back in. They want you to believe that these kids have come here unaccompanied, rejoined their families, and their families are just so good and waiting for them, and they're having a big party, and they get a piñata, and they go outside and they beat the piñata, the candy comes out, and they say, look who made it from El Salvador, our family, our friends. Well, it's not happening. It didn't happen. All right? Where is the media on this? I don't have enough time. Okay, I don't have enough time. The Colts player, I got to get past that. Okay, let's see. Suspect and Colts player, Uber driver, deported twice, was illegal. I got that one. I got this one here. I'm trying to get to what I want. I did 1,000 jobs, can't be filled. I said I apologize to Ronald Reagan, trying to get to the end of the show. All right, let me see where I want to be now. The Twitter deck, I got to make sure the President of the United States has not tweeted anything out in the last little bit, or maybe he's busy and we don't have anything. We're checking right now. We always go to the tweet deck. Okay, don't see anything new there. We talked about the memo. Oh, let's see what else I have. Government shutdown, military parade, America first, turning the ship around, the memo, MS-13. All right, now, I just want to say this. Now, there's several players that are not going to go to the White House, all right? There's two more stories I want to do. So clip that for the last one. I don't want this in there. But there's several players that won't go to the White House from the Super Bowl Eagles, the Eagles Super Bowl team. Now, first of all, I could care less. I do not get worked up in the media. I'm more interested in these kids coming across the border, joining MS-13, killing our kids, opiate addiction, and all the above. But the media likes to get worked up over the fact that there's always some players that won't go to the White House. I could care less. Who decided that you're supposed to go to the White House to recognize these players for their championship, and who said if they don't go, it's the end of the entire world, okay? But that being said, there's a... hold on just a second, I got something here. I'm checking out something. Hold on, I got an email that I want to see what it is. I'm going to pull it up. But who said that these people have to go? But I want to give a quick, and this is General Kelly's fault, okay? I understand, sometimes I use some language on the show, and, I understand, I'm sorry, but when the when the teacher, the professor or whatever said the derogatory things about the veteran, all right, General Kelly said he could go to hell. So I thought every once in a while we'll do a segment called Just Go to Hell, all right? So the Go to Hell segment this week is for Chris Long, okay? Now you got Chris Long. Now put up the first one, all right? So he was with Chris Long. I think he's been with 6 teams. I don't know, okay? So he can't stay put, and then he decides and I'm sorry to the person that sent me this message. I'll check it out afterwards. I can't get it to open up because I did want to see your email there, SP. I appreciate it, and I'll check it out right after the show. But this guy can't stay focused on team. All right, he needs to make more money, another $50, and that's hey, the American way. Go ahead and do it, and he'll trade a helmet so he can get another $50 to get some more ink on his tattoo on his arms, so he can move along. So he was a New England Patriot. Now this year he's a Philadelphia Eagle. Push him over there, and they paid him a little more money, I guess, and he became a Philadelphia Eagle. Put his picture up for the Eagles. All right, Chris Long, Eagle picture. All right. Now he won't go to the White House. All right. And he can go to hell. This is my General Kelly Go to Hell segment, okay? NFL Super Bowl champ Chris Long said he won't visit the White House if invited because of the comments the president made after a white nationalist rally at Charlottesville, Virginia last year. One person died when a car drove through there, okay? This is his statement. Who were the fine people on the side of the Nazi and the KKK that gathered in my hometown the day a terrorist took 20 people, put 20 people in the hospital? Why reference the haters and the bigotry on my sides that day? Why didn't you immediately denounce them? The defense and explain. That was his comment. Why didn't you immediately denounce them? Okay? Well, I tell you what, Chris. 1, you can go to hell. Did I tell you that already? And 2, I bet you Edwin Jackson would love the opportunity to be on an NFL team next year. Stand for the national anthem every damn game. You damn NFL players, all of you could go to hell. I bet you Edwin Jackson, if given the opportunity, would never kneel as long as he was given the opportunity at an NFL game. I bet you he would do anything today to get to go to the White House and hold his hand over his heart. And thank God for a president that is as concerned, not about your little pissant statement here, but a president that is concerned enough about Edwin Jackson that he would like to stop these illegals coming in to this country and these senseless murders. I bet you Edwin Jackson would love that opportunity. Now, by the way, I can't leave without reminding you that this is the son of Hall of Fame player Howie Long. Give me a couple of Howie Longs, okay? So, Howie, all I know to tell you is this is Howie Long of the Oakland Raiders, Hall of Fame, okay? Howie Long. This is his other picture on Fox. Howie, why don't you call the damn kid, all right? And tell the damn kid that, you know what? Just whatever. So that's my General Kelly Go to Hell segment. I don't know what it was worth. I don't know if you enjoyed it. I don't know if you're mad at me. I could care less. All right, now, 2 more things. Senate leaders, I have something to lead you that you must be in fear of. I was going to take some more time to do this, but there's a couple more things. Senate leaders say they're zeroing in on a 2-year budget deal. The scary part is it's Mitch McConnell, put his picture up, and Chuck Schumer just bounce him around. Senate leaders on Tuesday said they are close to a 2-year budget deal that could avert a government shutdown and set up a debate on immigration reform next week. The deal would set spending levels for the fiscal 2018 to 2019 and avoid the prospect of a second government shutdown Thursday when a stopgap spending measure expires. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, isn't that scary? And Democrat Leader Charles Schumer touted their progress after meeting in McConnell's office Tuesday. I'm optimistic that very soon we'll be able to reach an agreement, McConnell told reporters, predicting that another government shutdown this week is unlikely. Okay? Folks, you need to be scared to death that there's a 2-year budget deal in the works between Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer. Okay, 4 minutes left. Let's go back to Dixie Carter is running for post 2 of Commission C. Now, I do not have it with me. I don't have the time. But, folks, Democrats are emboldened. You better wake up, smell the coffee, smell whatever's on the bottom of your shoe. I don't care what it is. You better wake up. Because Democrats are emboldened. Now, this is not a direct anything with Dixie Carter. I have not met Dixie Carter, and I plan to give this candidate every opportunity, like we do on FetcherNews.com, to discuss the issues, and she will get that opportunity here, okay? But Missouri, in a red district, went blue last night. Now, I don't have time to go into that. If you go to your local Democrat meetings, they are growing. They're growing. Are they growing in number, or are they just coming out and becoming active? Now, I don't think they're growing in number. I think they're coming out and being active, but that's my opinion. This is a good candidate, okay? You can go to FetcherNews.com, okay? FetcherNews.com, Fannin County, and you will read Dixie Carter announces bid for Fannin County Post 2 Commission seat, all right? And Natalie Kissel went to the meeting the other night, and she did a full story and did an outstanding job. I volunteered a little here in the community. Carter spoke of her charity work, Feed Fannin. I've been involved with them over the years. Also, the Fannin CERT, Community Emergency Response Team. I'm a member of the National Association of Social Workers, also the Georgia Appalachian Trail Club. Okay, this is a good candidate. I'm not endorsing. God Almighty, don't mess that up. But I'm just telling you, this is a good candidate in Fannin County running for post 2, Larry Joe Sosby's current seat, okay, on the Democrat ticket. They are emboldened. You better pay attention, all right? So, that being said, I will move to my very last comment of the day. Amanda has been in here for the last couple of weeks producing the show. And Amanda has been doing research and sending me articles that I received like 5 or 6 emails a day in the afternoon. She sends me different articles that actually sparked me to do different research on other things. But she has really been trying to bring some information to the show. So I think what I should do is give her an opportunity at a time during the show to discuss her articles or discuss her subjects, because this person is sending me things and is doing an outstanding job on research. And why does she feel these certain articles? Because they're great, and I run out of time on them because I get focused on my stuff. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to do a real fancy graphic for her. You know, we have to do a fancy graphic, and maybe it could spin around, and it's time for Amanda's spin or something, or take Amanda's take on current events, or or whatever, but I'm going to tell you, we're going to get her information into our show. So what, that's today's Wednesday, right? Which means tomorrow's Thursday. I know, everybody's laughing out there. That's how I keep track. So we'll be back tomorrow, okay? Don't forget, tomorrow, Gilmer County bus tips over, accident, wreck. I'm going to do an in-depth story on that tomorrow. I'm your host, BKP. I think I'm out of time, out of things, not out of things to say. We can go on and on. Amanda, I appreciate you today. Everybody out there, you have a nice day. Stay safe. It's either cold, snowing, or raining hard in our area. Take us out of here.